we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves facing the Indiana Pacers. 2K Sports and the NBA welcomes you to our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, we've got Garnett and West. And for the Pacers, and Jackson. And for the Pacers, a 32-50 record overall last season, number 10 in the Eastern Conference.
Not what they expected, Kevin, but at home, the Pacers did end up 23-18.
And it's going to be the Pacers off the top. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to talk with Flip Saunders for a minute. According to him, their focus defensively is going to be on the interior. They love to force the majority of shots to come from outside, but he recognizes that may be easier said than done, guys.
Thank you, Doris. 5 to shoot. Number 9 backs in. But jump up. Can't get it to go. Now the Timberwolves will take it the other way. And Clark, home court advantage really can be a huge boost to a team.
And you find it being the case more with younger teams, Kevin, because it really does give a team like that a burst of energy. But for any team, it helps.
Davis against Garnett. Over Davis. And Garnett misses.
Hard-nosed battle in the trenches. Defense wins out.
Kevin Garnett, the big ticket KG. Clark, where do you start on his list of accomplishments?
Well, I think on how competitive he is, Kevin. I'm sure if you ask him, he'd start with championship. He's a surefire Hall of Famer. 04 MVP, 13-time NBA All-Star. First ballot Hall of Famer.
What a hard time.
Yep.
So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points on the board. Now ball pass. Here's West. Counters it in.
He has almost supernatural bouncing ability. He can bounce right out of the building.
Only a handful of players have that kind of athleticism, Clark. That was the Sprite slam cam moments ago. Highlight reel action right here. Here's Miller. 49 seconds left in the first. From deep. Guglielmo rips down the defensive board. And Clark, you mentioned KG's fired his competitive drive after coming to the NBA so long and playing for so well over so many years. How good do you think it feels for him to have that title, NBA champion, to his resume?
Well, beyond words, probably, Kevin. I mean, it's the ultimate for anybody playing a team sport, and he's been one of the best, a leader, a winner, and a champion.
The Pacers making a switch here. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And here's Indiana. Here's Jackson. Connects from in close. Jackson's got his second basket of the game. Barber, guarded by Jackson. Pass to Garnett. Deflected. So it's Indiana now. Now here's Jackson. Miller, guarded by Garnett. From 20 feet out. And it's Miller missing.
That's not something you see very often. Not the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
That will count, and that's not going to fall for him. So both teams going at it here early as we end the first. It's the Pacers leading by a point.
And they've really played well on D. It's all about teamwork and communication, and they put on a clinic at that end of the floor.
Close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And Minnesota has possession. They trail by 1. And Clark, for Minnesota, a dismal road record for this team a season ago.
Yeah, you can't describe 5 road wins any differently than that, Kevin. Most years, if you have a record that poor, you end up with a very nice lottery pick.
And Davis. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, there is no doubt that Kevin Garnett has played a ton of minutes over the course of his NBA career, but the esteem he's held in league-wide is unquestioned. Larry Bird said, everyone who knows KG knows what kind of player and what kind of leader he is. He is someone who demands guys play hard every single night because that's the way he plays. When a legend says it, you can believe it, guys.
That's right, Doris. Thanks. And back to the Wolves' struggles. What was the cause of their issues with them?
Well, we've talked about it a number of times before. Youth. It's hard for inexperienced teams, even when they're talented, to understand what it takes to win on the road consistently.
Minnesota in the lead. West outside. Pass to Garnett. West outside. Guglielmo is guarded by Davis. Just 4 to shoot. Over Rose. And Garnett misses. They can make this a 2-for-1 opportunity. Oh! That's in the reverse jam.
Good execution on the break leads to the nice clutch.
And so here is Minnesota. Barber, guarded by Jackson. Here's Marbury. And at the jumper after freeing himself up the puppy.
They'd be smart to hold it now for the last shot.
Jackson. Outside, Davis. Let's loose for 3. Guglielmo gets the board inside. 1 second left. And laying it in as that one falls through. 5 points in the game. That'll do it for the first half. Back in a moment from Indianapolis.
Thanks so much for joining us for HP at the Half. I'm Damon Bruce with a terrific game going on in Indiana. Timberwolves have been battling. Defense a cornerstone of everything this coach does. They've tightened down the screws. They're in total control. Getting it done early, Kevin Garnett. Lighten up that scoreboard. He's made a ring like a pinball machine. But the Pacers getting after it as well. They've dialed up the tempo, ripping and running. It's been a fun one to watch. These two leading their teams in scoring, and it hasn't exactly been a shootout as the numbers indicate. And that's it for now as we send you back out to Kevin and Clark for the second half. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody.
Well, it's been a tough game as we enter the second half. Both teams going at it. And so here's Minnesota. They lead by 1. The Pacers finished last season with a 9-21 record against the tough Western Conference.
Well, we call it the Wild Wild West, Kevin, and for good reason. You don't win games out there if you're not playing at a high level. The West has had an edge over the Pacers for a long time now.
Checking out the group of quick starters to start the second half. And West. And so Minnesota. It's a one-point game. Here's Marbury, and he lays that one up and in. 7 points in the game. Here's Jackson. 127 left in the third. Shot clock at 5. Dropped in on the layup. Jackson's got 6 points.
That's a heck of a job to lay it in around. We call the defender, Kevin. Lovely, agile finish.
And Minnesota has possession. They trail by 1. Actually gets Smith. No good from West.
Once he gets it inside, Kevin, he's really a good finisher. That's a good effort defensively to force the miss.
Draws the foul. He'll get a trip to the line.
That's a good call by the referee. There was definitely some contact on the release of the shot.
And free throw missing. And change here for the Pacers. No good on the second free throw. Timberwolves trail. Go ahead outside. Tips it off. Fires top of the key, and that one's good.
They've been trading buckets and trading leads. What outstanding competitors out there.
And here's Indiana.
If they want to go 2 for 1, they'll have to speed it up.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Jackson. Dampier backs him down. The rebound by Garnett. Here's Pugliata up front. And so this one is tightly contested as we end the third. Timberwolves lead by 1. Now, while we've got a moment, we're going to send it over to our Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Doris?
For the Timberwolves, the Sprite Spark has been supplied by their point guard. When it comes to scoring for this team, his name is at the top, and this game is no different. He's put the team on his back once again as we head into the final quarter of play, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Tremendous first 3 quarters.
Well, that boy's been on fire. There's just no other way to put it. On fire.
And Indiana has possession. It's a one-point game. And Davis. And look at the 5 of the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Buries it.
With the score being so close, there's little margin for error by either team.
Now the Timberwolves with it. It's trailed by 1. Here's Marbury. And that one's good.
Kevin, this has really been a competitive fun game.
Indiana trailing here. Number 45. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. It's on Kevin Garnett. Good on the first, and that ties this game up. It's them both, and now they have the lead.
Kevin, that's what to expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
Here's Marbury, up high and down hard.
Surprise, surprise. An unlikely source for that kind of jam.
Now, you got to give that guy some credit, Clark. That was a terrific bit.
Yeah, still a surprise, though.
Yeah, I agree. Here's Miller. 1:18 left in the game. Number 45. And that's good for 2.
His height is really an advantage on that medium range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
Garnett outside. Beyond the clock. With 1 second left. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're down by 1. 45 seconds left to the 4th. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
The head coach for the Pacers has some instruction for his guys during that break. He got right in the faces of his players and laid it out, saying this game is going to come down to heart. It's simple. Show me how much heart you have. We'll see how his team responds to that test, Kevin.
And change here for the Pacers. This is a crucial possession for a lot at stake here. Rest outside. Here's Marbury. Comes up from the wing.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes it just don't fall.
For the win. And so it's the Timberwolves who come on top here. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
Nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke and the whole crew and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan Brand player of the game.